And welcome back to Mirado, Daggerheart charity stream here on Looking for Mom. We are back tonight with a full cast of our Tuesday table. Glad to have you back, Soup Bear. Glad to hear you're feeling better this week. Before we get too far into the stream, I do want to remind you that this is, in fact, a charity stream. We are here to raise money for the National Immigration Law Center. This is an organization that advocates for immigrants and those that can't advocate for themselves, to give them a voice and give them hope in a time right now where that is in great need. So if you are interested in helping, there are a series of incentives right below me that will directly not only help the National Immigration Law Center, but these wonderful players as well, or me. There is an option to give me some fear if you like. Although, Merm, you're doing a fabulous job with that all by yourself. And in order to make those donations, you can scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That'll bring you to the Tiltify donation page. And all donations go directly to National Immigration Law Center. And I thank you for your consideration and your help. So, last we left off, in our last session at this table, it was pretty intense. I have to say, I've never had two players make death moves in a single night. But that's what happened. Unfortunately, we did lose Numa. And today we are going to start with her funeral. Bells. They begin before the sun has fully risen. Low, hollow, measured. Their sound carries across the Jade District, rolling down the polished stone avenues and spilling into the narrow arteries of the Copper District below. A reminder to all who hear it that grief here is not private, it is not quiet, it demands attention. White silk banners hang from every balcony within the Jade District. Incense burns, its scent wafting through the streets and out open windows. And at the center of it all, upon a raised platform of lacquered black wood, lies the body of Chebal Numa, adorned not as she died, but as the city has chosen to remember her, perfect, untouched. The horn that was maliciously stolen from her, a clear violation of the tenets and the spiritual beliefs of those in the city, has been replaced by solid gold. And as she lies in state, Jade Banner soldiers stand in silent formation, their armor gleaming like still water. And behind them, the people gather. A tangible sense of tension hangs in the air. Some bow their heads in mourning. Others keep their eyes open as if anticipating trouble, watching, measuring, waiting. No one seems to speak above a whisper. No one dares to say her name aloud, but everyone knows who she is. And moving through this crowd is a figure. I won't introduce you just yet. Hold on 1 second. I have to fix something here. Here we go. Chebal Numa, as your body lies in state. I still say you. I'm so sorry. I keep referring to you. As Chebal Numa's body lies in state, a powerful man, broad shoulders, a Jade Banner general, Numa's father, in full dress uniform, steps forward, a grim look on his face as he gazes down upon his daughter. He stands there in silence for a moment, before lifting his gaze across the crowd and speaks in a commanding voice. My daughter lies before you, an angel, a saint, a martyr. She died for Mirado, a warrior at heart, struck down in the shadows by the wretched Jayuin. I will not rest until her death is avenged. If that means bringing every one of those wretched beings to fill our prisons, I shall do that. That will be my life's endeavor for my daughter, struck down in the prime of her life. He draws a long, beautiful sword and lays it beside Numa's body. Use this, my daughter, to slay those who stand in your way on your path to the underworld. And he takes a step back, and you can see a procession of aristocrats, some commanders. You do see, for example, Commander Angelica Marston, the head of the Jade Banner there. You do see standing a few shoulders down from her sister, Captain Kira Marston. And amongst the crowd, there is a delegation of very well-appointed, well-dressed, both scholars and merchants, included amongst them Madame Reverie. There is an attendant standing beside her. Now, there are none of you are actually present here, so I will safely describe this because you can't do anything about it. There is an attendant standing beside her, wearing a familiar notige, blue in color. That might mean something to some of you. But aside from that, the procession continues, and you see as each one of these delegates arrives and stands before Numa's body, they bow deeply and offer a gift. One offers an urn, another offers a handful of coin, another offers incense. All these are things that might be helpful to Numa on her journey to the underworld. Butting into line, at first unnoticed by the others, there's a small ripple of disturbance as she does this, is an elderly woman dressed in a beautiful white hanbok with red belt. And as she arrives at Numa's body, she pulls forth 3 small tablets. And as she attempts to lay them down, the general steps forward and slaps the stone slabs away from her as they clatter across the stones. Arrest this witch. There will be no ceremonies of the Jayuin allowed within this city under my watch. And you can see 2 of the Gisulsa that stand behind him step forward in their mechanized way, grab this old lady by the arms and escort her off. Moving through the crowds, silently, unnoticed, as everyone is fixated on this commotion by Numa. Kay, can you please describe your character?
Yes, as incense sort of climbs in the sky, and there's silk rustling, and everyone's dressed so finely. Somewhere in this moment hangs something akin to like a bell. Just one, and then you hear another one after it, like the pattering of feet are bringing along bells with it. And out of this pale smoke, there is a figure who is the wrong color for a funeral in so many different ways. Purple skinned, elf like pointed ears, almost like a grape wine colored hair, a large afro, and eyes that are like the color of absinthe, and just this sickly toxic green color. Outfits very loose to the body, and shades of orange and green and bright yellow, and all these colors that just don't fit a funeral. um is a figure that only one of you have recognized. And he kind of looks from a distance at Numa's body and kind of says to himself, the city never deserved its artists.
There is a middle-aged man standing next to you, a long beard. He's got a white cap on, And he turns to look at you and looks you up and down in your bright, colorful outfit. Just kind of gives you a disdainful look of disapproval.
I'm sorry, do I have something on my face, darling? And there's a very sharp, toothy grin.
He looks at you and just tries to take a few steps away from you and turns his back slightly to you. Looks over your shoulder to see if you're looking at him as he pointedly tries to ignore you.
You're smart. Enjoy.
You see a jade banner guard a few rows ahead of you. This is a standing room only type crowd in this courtyard. And he just looks, all these jade banner guards are facing the crowd to make sure there isn't any disturbances going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he clocks you. And you can see his attention is fixed on you now. There's no reaction from him as he just continues to stare at you. And he's giving you that look, I'm watching you.
Goody. Keep watching.
I'm going to ask you to make a presence check at this point.
Okay. Presence check. Just a straight one?
Yeah, if you want to add any experiences here related to working a crowd or manipulating people.
I think there's a presence here to be had.
Very good
That's
roll.
27 with fear.
But with fear. All right. You can see there is a small, the people in your immediate vicinity have all kind of taken a step away from you, kind of isolating you in this little pocket in the crowd. And you can see the general up on this dais looking down as you kind of catch his attention. He doesn't say anything. And in fact, he looks upon you and just dismisses you out of hand, like you're not worth his attention.
There is someone in particular that he is looking for. Are they present?
Okay. You're going to have to remind me who it is. I have a couple things in mind, but I want to confirm it is the person who you think it is. You can either DM me in Discord or...
The person that we've talked about that has to do with a friend of his that is no longer with us.
I'm still drawing a blank.
I got you. I will say I do think it is good for everyone else to do their intros before he does what he would like to do.
All right. So we're going to shift the scene a little while I figure out who
sending it to you.
Kay's character is trying to look for to the quieter part of town. Can you describe where you and Tui are?
I think we said we were at Tui Vailala's workshop. Yevon's still dressed white hanbok, but she's staying with Tui because we don't know where June is, and it's better that we stay in a group.
Okay, so Tui, the artificer, Kim Jun's colleague, is not present. In fact, I'll let you make an instinct roll for me here, just to see if you can pick something up.
Okay. That's just a straight roll. I don't have anything I can add to that. Not a reaction roll, right? Just a straight instinct.
This is straight instinct.
At least it's with hope. It's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, with an 8 with hope. I'm going to say this, that Tui's artificing shop is always in a state of organized disarray. So there's tools and pieces kind of scattered all over the place, but he's usually pretty good at tidying up, especially anything not related to his work. For example, food or anything like that. This time, however, it just seems out. There are bowls still out, half eaten. There is a teacup, half drunk, lying out, which is odd.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Haven's looking around a little bit, kind of making a mental note. Is there a back door to this place, or is it only one entrance?
Yeah, I'll say there's a back door.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure the front door is locked, and I'm going to keep us towards the back door, just in case, because that's a little weird. And if it's just him, if he's just being slovenly, then he can open the front door with his keys or something. But Um, she gently touches Tui on the hand, and she says, "I don't want to scare you. It could be nothing. He could just be a slob. Um, but it
Tui?
looks other Tui, yes.
Tui slob. I
Yeah.
think. Gross.
Yeah, he might just be a little gross, but it doesn't look like he was here recently. It also looks like he might have left in a hurry, so we might also need to leave in a hurry. Okay?
Tui protect Bin. Tui job.
There's a deep kind of stab to her heart. She goes, "We'll protect each other." Okay?
Bin.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect Dumba. That's Tui's fault. And now Bin here instead of with Numa.
Hyebin is going to take hold of both of Tui's hands and shake her head. She goes, "No, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault."
Tui scared. So Tui couldn't help.
Me too. But we're going to find out who did this to Numa together, okay? And we're going to make them pay for this. I don't know how hard Tui's skin is, but she's going to try and give her hands a squeeze.
It's made of rocks, so they're pretty hard.
Like,
I am a
squeeze
rock
her.
toddler.
Yeah, she's trying her best to give a comforting squeeze. But, Hyebin's got small, weak hands.
Bin, hand okay?
Yeah, my hands are fine. You're very strong. You're very tough. And we'll do this together, okay?
Bin.
Hmm.
Tui went to the library.
Mm-hmm.
Tui met old guy.
Okay, old guy.
Old guy said you are loved a lot. I don't know by who, but Tui loved a lot. Love Bin a lot. Hanuma. And Junjun.
I love you and Junjun too. And Pretty. We love Pretty a lot.
Miss
We'll
Pretty.
we'll do something for Pretty later. Okay? What did
Okay.
the old guy look like?
Short. Big pointy ears. The goblin and big big scary. Big scary.
Short goblin, big scary.
In short goblin in big scary attack and save Tui and die because of Tui.
I'm attempting to give Tui as comforting a hug as I can, but does that description sound familiar to Hyebin?
I'll let you roll a knowledge check with advantage.
Ooh, nice. Advantage. I don't think any of my experiences apply. Roll. Oh God.
With fear.
Fucking come on.
The
I'm hugging
only
the rock toddler.
Fuck boundary. Sorry.
the only you recall your father mentioning someone long ago that could have been goblin, a Dokabikin, but you can't recall who that was or how they're important, or how they might be important to you or your family. But maybe if you spoke to your parents.
Sorry, Bin. Tui has many things not connected.
She pulls back a little bit and holds Tui's face in her hands, and she goes, "You've only been awake for a little while. It's okay. You're
Bin.
still."
Bin. Tui is so old.
What do you mean you're so old?
That's what old guy said. Tui is masterwork. Tui is a 1,000 years old.
Oh, I mean, oh God, if an old person would know if you are old. Okay, Well, when Junjin comes back, we can talk about that. But it's none of this is your fault.
Why
Okay?
no memory? Why no?
I don't know. Something might have happened to you. Maybe something like what happened to Pretty. It's we'll just have to learn and we'll have to find out. But it's not your fault that you don't know these things.
But it feels bad. Tui
I-
know. Tui want to know.
Yeah, I know. And I promise. She gives her face a little squish. I promise. I'll help you find out, okay? We'll stick together.
Mm.
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 Yeah, it'll be okay.
Okay.
Move the hands from the face.
I'm going to shift the scene now to a very different part of Mirado, where we find Kim Jun standing before a piece of engineering ingenuity. You stand before what looks to be an enormous ceramic and metal ball. It seems suspended in the air in front of you in this enormous room beneath the city. You can see currents of blue flashes just appear on the surface and through the center as these sparks of energy seem to flash and erupt down these tubes that kind of catch it and redirect them to various parts of the city. June, you stand before the celestial engine, the thing, the furnace, the engine, the power that runs Mirado now. A construction and masterpiece of the Huajuan ministry. It is through this that they rose in power and prominence in Mirado and Hanashira by providing the city with unlimited, seemingly, power and breaking that cursed black frozen ice in the harbor those many years ago. Standing beside you is a woman, the celestial phoenix. The celestial flame. Her hands folded in front of her, and you see there's two still giant Gisulsa standing behind you. Isn't it a marvel, Mr. Kim?
It is a thing of beauty, your radiance. I am inclined to ask questions about it, but I fear you would not want to answer them.
Oh, what gives you that impression?
Oh, I don't know. I know we've gone for a little walk, but I still haven't been introduced to, gesturing back to the Gisulsa behind, your friends back here. And I don't know. I fear to overstep your hospitality, your grace.
Oh, there's no need for that. I would not have invited you and spent so much time with you out of my extraordinarily busy schedule if I did not want to. You see, Mr. Kim, you intrigue me.
You may be the first person to say that in my entire life.
Oh, that is a shame. I am sorry to hear that. There are those, perhaps, who don't appreciate your skills, your talents, and your vision, and your perspective. I understand. You have quite a lineage of Syrax in your family.
Oh, it was a lineage once. Now, perhaps it ends with me. It's uncertain to say. My grandmother always wanted me to be a proper Sheerhawk and go to the academy. Perhaps I'm just a little bit too stubborn.
Self-taught men. I truly do respect that and the wonders that you have created and performed for those wretched people in the Copper District. You could do so much better if only given the opportunity.
June is looking up at the celestial engine again, and sort of, as you see him stare up into the blue lights of the engine, you see them briefly reflect in his irises, in his dark irises. It is a marvel and a wonder. What does it run on, if I may ask? Is it simply self-sustaining?
She smiles when you ask that. So observant, Mr. Kim. Straight to the heart of the matter. I knew it, that it was a good choice to bring you here. Your colleague, Tui, I believe.
Tui Vaitala.
Precisely.
A man of great imagination. I only think the most high thoughts of him. He's not inside there, is he?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
I
of course
was not certain. I was not certain.
He came to me, you know. Well, he came to the ministry and implored to see me. He spoke very highly of you. Alas, as you mentioned, he has a very strong imagination, but I'm afraid he does not have much talent.
I believe that he sees possible. Oh, so sorry. Go right ahead.
Well, he did mention, and this is why, one of the reasons why I brought you here. In his ramblings, he does tend to ramble. He mentioned something, a discovery. He mentioned that you found this discovery in the fish pile on the docks.
It sounds like you're speaking about one of my good friends. I hesitate to call them a discovery. They are a person, just like me, just like you.
So you found a person in a fish heap in the dock district. And this was the incredible discovery that your friend Tui is referring to.
Like I said, man of great imagination. But if a person is what feels and what sees and what knows and remembers, then yes, what I found was a person.
She turns away from you, and there's a large railing kind of surrounding this enormous sphere. She runs one hand along the railing as she looks up at this sphere. You asked what this runs on, the celestial engine. I would consider it a masterwork.
Who's told me about masterworks? Didn't come up in my personal study, but I'm still learning about them.
Then
The engine itself is a masterwork?
I would consider it such. It may be not in the generation of the three phoenixes, but a masterwork nonetheless. A feat of engineering never before achieved. And as all masterworks run through celestial energy, hence celestial engine. Now, your next question might be, how did we contain and capture and harness celestial energy of such magnitude, of such...
That much energy, it would certainly blow the city to pieces were it unleashed. You must have something mechanical, magical, containing this much energy within the sphere.
Indeed. It has taken a team of 20 Siraks, a generation, to build this. Would you like to know more about it?
I think I would. Yes, I think I would like to know more about it. Containing large amounts of energy was something that my great-grandfather was, well, perhaps infamous for failing at. I have been reading recently about the Gisursa and about the bounds and the wards that protect their very nervous system from the energy they channel. It is quite an interesting, magical, I'd almost call it a buff, perhaps. And I would like to learn more about what powers this engine.
Of course, Mr. Kim. I was hoping you would say that. And just between you and I, there's no shame in failure, only shame in not trying. And I'm happy to hear that you're willing to try, at least to understand this magnificent feat of engineering. Now, while you stay and work here with the other Shirak to better understand the celestial engine, perhaps even optimize it, tune it, make it even more effective. There is another matter I wish to speak to you about. You mentioned them already, the Gisulsa.
Yes.
I was hoping that you might help me with a little project of mine.
I'm always intrigued in new projects. Though I do hope my stay here is not a terribly long one. I have others that require my attention. Not to put any slight upon your skills and your observations, of course, but well, who will feed the cats?
If it's the cats you worry about, I will send some people to take care of the cats. You have more important work that requires your attention here. You will no longer be sent out to tune instruments, fix pots, pans, and whatever knickknacks those common people need. you will be doing important work here. Please follow me, and I would love to show you exactly what that would be.
June will follow. How close are the Shirhawk stay, or not Shirhawk, but the Geezer stay behind me?
It's kind of you walking beside the celestial flame, and they're walking behind you, maybe about not even 10 feet behind you.
Okay. I am going to walk with her and follow her until we hit a point that looks like, I'm going to say, a door or a gate or a fence, something that must be open and then must be shut behind.
Yeah, this room that you're in, this large chamber containing this sphere that seems to be suspended in midair, surrounded by this balcony that kind of rings it. She opens a metal door and steps through it. In fact, she opens the door and invites you to step through it first.
Am I to understand your radiance? That if I follow you on this path, my time with the common and the wretched is through?
Most certainly not, Mr. Kim. The work that you will do here will benefit them exponentially more than any work you could do without my assistance.
And your assistance is greatly appreciated. I wonder, though, and June will turn back to the Geezer. He still hasn't been introduced to them, so doesn't know their names. He would have asked multiple times, but they probably would not have told him. But June is looking over the machinery and thinking about the last night he was in his shop, when he went against his own morals, really, his own code of respecting what has been done and what is dead, and gone back through his great-grandfather's notes. Geezer, powerful magic buff required to separate the nervous system from the sheer amount of energy they channel. And he's going to reach out, not reach out physically, but kind of lean in, looking at the interface between man and machine. Andrew, I have an ability where I may take a mark of stress to remove a magical buff from a creature within close range of me, as long as I take it upon myself or some other willing target. I would like to do that with the magical buff insulating the Geezer machine from the Geezer nervous system.
Damn. What would this look like?
Conduits of energy only seen to those who are familiar with Hwajan Ok, the jade, the energy that flows, the same color, the same blue energy sparkling off the celestial engine. And I'm going to, first of all, we'll go with that. And without really his hands leaving where they're clasped in front of him, he's going to stretch out a hand in front of him and coax that little magical buff to see what happens if it will sit within his system.
All right.
Like, what happens if I place this buff upon myself?
All right. Do you spend that point of stress?
Yes,
is a roll required here?
Let me double check. I believe it is not. Let me double check. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Please give me a big character sheet. God, I am shaking so much because I'm so nervous. I can't move things. Okay, so first thing, mark of stress.
Yeah, no roll required.
Okay, that's the arcane. No, that's not arcane buffer. That is arcane.
That's arcane conduit.
Conduit. There it is.
Okay, so with that ability, no roll is required, but I will say, if you would like to, you can make a knowledge roll to get a better understanding of this Gisulsa as you do it.
All right, I would love to do that. And I'd like to also invoke one of our homebrew rules that you've introduced, where I can narrate a scene that has happened in the past to add one to the roll. Because I had to, my father was a very scattered, very bright genius of a man, very, very scattered. And pushing aside the medallion that he believed came from my mother, and unwrapping the thick canvas and oilskin that surrounds this book was a deep sense of some sort of ancestral sadness that filled his body, because he always said, we're Shirhawk, but this is our family. We're not going to touch Hwajan. We're not going to touch Hwajan technology. We're not going to be Shirhawk. We're going to be repairmen. And he opens the canvas and lays the book out in front of him. begins going down the line of everything they tried and everything that failed to control that energy that ultimately led to his father, to his great-grandfather, melting before his very son's eyes. And with that knowledge that things break, I get a plus. I think that's a +1. Is that right?
Yeah, it's +1.
And with that, I'm going to spend my other point of hope to invoke cautiously skeptical. He never really fell in line with the idea that Huajun technology was really all that cool, all that great. It breaks so easily. And with that, I'm going to roll. Let's see what happens. What's that, a 7? 11 with hope. Oh, that's
Oh my
not
gosh.
wonderful at all.
5 + 6, 11 with hope. Okay. So you still mark a stress. You still manage to steal a buff, basically. And as you reach out and you touch this Gisulsa, it feels, it's almost as if you feel like a soft electric current on your fingertips. It's that hum that kind of vibrates right to your bone for a moment and just travels up your arm and into your chest. And you feel it, your entire body seems to be vibrating. The buff that you have stolen is resistance to physical damage as you feel that power coursing through your body. Now, the Gisulsa, through its circuitry, its gear, its glowing blue eye, it just seems to dim just a little as you draw that power out of it. And it looks at you and instinctively raises a hand as if to grab your throat.
I've done nothing. I've done nothing at all. Just observing.
You can see the celestial flame just smiling. Always experimenting, always learning. I love that, Mr. Kim.
I just
You'll
don't know
fit
when to stop.
right in.
I don't know when to stop.
She turns to the Gisulsa. Says, "We'll be fine. Please, Mr. Kim, let me show you where your talents will be most useful."
And I will approach the gate that is held open. She is holding it open for me. Did I understand that correctly?
Yep.
As I approach within very close range, I like to make a spellcast roll against the target. On
Okay.
a success, they're asleep until they take damage, or the GM spends a fear another turn to clear this condition.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go. I'm just a little bit too stubborn.
Okay.
How does one make a spellcast roll in
This will
Foundry?
be knowledge. This will be knowledge.
Just
for
knowledge?
you.
Okay. All right, just knowledge. And I will. Oh, shucks! That was a self roll. Hold on. You can't see that though, huh? I can't use
I
that.
cannot. I always see a bunch of question marks.
All
Doesn't
right,
count.
we will. All right, we'll make that a public roll then. Yeah, it was a 17. Pooh. Okay, 15 with fear.
With fear. Let me see what
And
the
I'd like
target
to.
number is.
And I'd like to mark a stress to absorb that fear and add to my arcane buffer.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not high enough when you are dealing with the celestial flame. What does it look like as you try and put her to sleep?
It's not even. It doesn't even look like a spell. It looks almost like it looks like the softest touch of a finger against another person. But she would recognize it as a spell. Immediately recognize it as a spell.
All right. She feels that touch. She looks down at where you touch her, like her arm, and just, "Oh, Mr. Kim, you had so much potential."
Perhaps I did, but just a little bit too stubborn, I'm afraid.
She looks past you at the Gisulsa. "It looks like I will be needing your help after all, boys." And I'm going to shift scenes for a moment back to the funeral. Now, we're doing a bit of a time leap here. This is in the past. Okay, there's this scene with Kim Jun. So this is now back into the future at the funeral, where we see Han Sion. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay. Moving through the crowd. So you're scanning for an individual, and you see her. You see her, but she's not standing with the delegation. She's standing up on a balcony with the queen, as she's raised above the people. Standing beside the queen is the celestial flame. And as you look up at her, you do see the celestial flame just kind of lean in a little bit and whisper something to the queen. And the queen just nods.
I think he approaches where Numa's body is. sort of in front of everyone, kind of a grand gesture. On closer look, you notice that his fingertips are blackened as they like move into the purple of his skin, and he's barefoot as he kind of walks to it, and he gives like a very dramatic like half bow in different directions to everyone. My deepest thanks, of course, to the esteemed and ever gracious mourners for allowing a humble performer to accompany you. I was told in no certain terms that the mood required lifting. So, which I admit is a delicate request for a funeral. But then, delicacy has never been the ministry's preferred medium, has it? For the dead. And he like dramatically looks very sorrowful, even kind of pulls out like a handkerchief. And for those clever enough to love them. And like the showman kind of returns as he like makes the handkerchief disappear. Now I know what you're thinking. Hellfire, you impossible creature. What could you possibly do in a moment such as this? A song? No. Grief is already singing its own music here. Maybe a joke. It's dangerous, but some of you are far too important to laugh at yourselves. A prayer. Gods, imagine my presumption. No, I think a magic trick. Everyone loves magic, especially in the great place that Mirado is. Because your city loves a disappearing act, don't you? Artists disappear, truth disappears, the poor disappear. And every single time the people responsible stand in rooms, spaces, just like this one, and they call it order. And he kind of looks directly at the celestial flame now. I'd like you to be a part. Please, come down. I know it's very hard to come down off a pedestal with us smaller folk.
Can you roll a presence check for me, please?
Abso-positively. All right.
Critical success. Beautiful. So with that, you can see there are rumblings in the crowd as people start to whisper to one another, who is this person? Some of them recognize who you are. Oh, that's Balfire. You can see behind the dais, Numa's father whispering to one of the Jade Guard's attendants next to him, Gisulsa specifically, and pointing at you, looking to get you off the stage. But as the Gisulsa takes a step forward, you hear a voice coming from the balcony. Who are you? As the celestial flame steps to the edge of the balcony and looks down.
Oh, me. I'm just a humble jester, here to bring love and laughter to such a dreary day.
This is a state funeral for a fallen daughter of the city. Perhaps some decorum would be appreciated. But if you have a petition, I would be more than happy to entertain it after.
Oh, I do so hate when the guilty waste everyone's time. But, alas. And he kind of gestures to the crowd. A gifted girl dies in the middle of your city. An artificer is buried, and your city kneels. And still the ministry arrives wrapped in dignity. Don't you love it? Eerie built future with his hands. Numa carried enough fire to make this city honest. And you, as he points to her, you took a blade to the bright things and expected darkness to be grateful. Just do me this one thing. It'll be worth your time.
You can see Numa's father step forward. You knew my daughter.
I knew of her about as much as you did.
You can see him start to turn red with anger.
I can do that too. And he slowly shifts his face from a purple to a bright red. We're twins.
He just whispers under his breath, Dokebikin. We'll have none of your mischief here. today.
Oh, it's only fun when you guys play, not when I get involved.
This is a funeral for my daughter. Have some respect.
Respect! I'm so happy you brought that up. It's what I'm here to pay my respects. Ladies and gentlemen, mourners, opportunist bureaucrats, for my next trick, I will demonstrate the one art the city has perfected beyond all rival: disappearances. A woman in power in a room full of witnesses. And you can hear little bells in different corners and distances. I'm never alone. I'm always with you, and if you join me, we can make this city something special.
You can hear the general cry out, Jayuin, get him.
I don't think so. And he will disappear in what looks to be blue fire that starts at his feet, and he kind of chuckles to himself. Oh, but I won't be going alone. Take care. As he lights up in a blue flame and is gone.
You can hear the crowd break out into a disturbed murmur. Jayuin, hellfire. And you hear the words rebellion, revolt, and the general stands there stern-faced, knowing that he's helpless in this moment to do anything against you. Just get on with the procession. Get this over with. And the procession of delegates bearing gifts for Numa continues. Back in Tui's, the artificer's home. They've been in Tui. You know, in the Jade District, you guys are in the Copper District now, but in Jade District, you heard the bells tolling for your friend. Is there something at this moment you guys want to do to remember Numa, or do you want to try and find June?
Cuban's looking up towards the sound of the bells, and she's got a very deep set frown on her face. And she mumbles a little bit. It's not what she would have wanted.
Beam Beam,
Hmm.
do you know what Pretty want?
Not fully, but definitely not to be put on display like that. Numa
Okay.
was complicated.
Okay, what do here for Pretty?
Well, Cuban's going to reach into a pouch for a little folded portrait of her and Numa when they were kids.
Can I see?
Yeah, she'll hold it up and she'll say, I think this was at one of my birthday parties. Appa had commissioned a painter to capture the landscape and the party, and they weren't going to deny me a portrait of me and my friend. I was the birthday girl. I wish I'd gotten a more recent one, though.
Beam Beam and Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty.
Yeah, I have another copy of it. I was going to maybe see if we can get us a lantern and send her off ourselves. How do you like that?
What lantern do, Beam Beam? I don't remember anything, so why do you like the lantern?
Kevin's gonna poke her head out the back door and see if there's if the street's clear. And if it is, she's gonna go, how about I show you?
The street is empty. Everyone, what time of day do you think this is?
Ooh. Probably mid-morning to noon.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the streets are quiet at this time. People are frightened, especially in the Copper District. There are often patrols of Jade Banner roaming the streets, but right now it's quiet.
Can we put essentially just cover Tui up a little bit so we can disguise what she is if we're gonna go outside?
Big fuzzy blanket right there. Excellent disguise.
Yeah. like a
Tui.
scarf. Yeah.
Tui.
Yeah. She's gonna take Tui's hand, grab whatever form of matches or lighter the artificer has on his workbench, and she's going to bring Tui down to the Eastgate Memorial. And the whole time they're walking, Haven's like keeping an eye out and also explaining. When my Oma died, we lit a lantern for her as a way to send her off to guide her way to the afterlife, guide her way back to the cycle of reincarnation. I want to make sure that Numa doesn't get lost wherever she's going.
It's dark? Is that why lantern?
I'm not sure what they see, but I don't think having a light is a bad thing.
Yeah. I met Ogai. Ogai had a room in the wall and dark and room needed light, didn't have one.
Do you want to light a lantern for him too?
'Cause everything happened. I don't remember old man name. I feel bad. 'Cause I can't help him see in the next part.
Well, you remember what he looked like? If you don't remember his name. So maybe you just focus on what you remember of him really hard instead of putting his name into the lantern. And I'm sure it'll get to him.
Okay.
What does this lantern lighting ritual look like?
So Haven's probably swiped some incense and a little bit of maybe writing charcoal from somewhere, and two closed-topped lanterns with a little ring in it to light. And she very carefully paints Numa's name on the outside of one, puts the little painted portrait of them in it, ties it to one of the supports, and she teaches Tui how to, I suppose, probably make a drawing of Edie, since that's probably the best Tui can get at the moment. But how to draw like a little caricature of Edie on to the lantern, lights a little bit of incense, sets the lanterns on the ground, and very quietly says, I hope you're not still here. I know you probably are. You're probably avoiding me. But I hope you can see these, and I hope you follow them. We're going to find out who did this to you. And
I'm so sorry. Continue.
And, maybe, and she gently touches the necklace that she's always wearing. Maybe you'll see my Oma. Maybe she'll guide you.
Can you make a presence check for me, please, Ibn?
Yeah. Oh, dear. 8.
Before we continue, I just want to briefly interrupt and say thank you to Chris, aka Lil Z, for your donation, who has graciously given me a point of fear.
Well, no, I take it back.
I'm so sorry. Can we talk? I'm so sorry. Can we have like a quick conversation? How dare you? How fucking dare you?
Merm is a fear generator all on their own. What the heck?
I don't need donations to give Andrew all the fear in the fucking world and in Tui's heart. Damn.
I'm going to say this. Numa, and I'm speaking to Numa here. How do you want to respond to Yebin? And because that was a failure with fear, describe to me how Numa is suffering.
I think Hyben can hear Numa's hooves on the ground. And then what you thought was a bell sound earlier was her ball when you met, tapping on her hoof to knee, to chest to head, and back to her hoof again. Numa has so much unfinished business that passing on is nearly impossible. And so she is stuck in this in-between, and she can see everything, but she cannot be heard, which is probably the worst version of it, that she can't directly reach out to those people, but she can see them, she can feel, and it's just the tingling of the ball. So she's here, and that's probably the worst part.
It absolutely is the worst part. What the fuck? Human's trying to hold it together, but like very clearly she's got a full body tremble going on. She puts the lantern for Edie in Tui's hands, and you can hear the paper shaking as she holds Nuba's lantern. Keep your fingers clear of the center, okay? And she'll light the lantern for Edie and take a long pause before she lights the lantern for Numa. And she says, on 3, we'll let them go, okay? And she whispers, I'm so sorry. I feel like I failed you. And she'll let it go.
Don't let me go. And that's all you.
Oh, Hammond starts sobbing. As soon as she lets go and she hears that, she falls to the ground. She's on her knees, head in her hands, and she's full on bawling now.
Tui gently puts the lantern next, like where Humans was, and just wraps their body with the tarp around Bean, and just kind of like lets it happen. And then you hear a very soft singing that you'd never heard before. I'll be here for you, baby.
Tui, can you make a presence check?
It's gonna suck. Well,
Tui,
okay.
before you make this roll, I do want to give a shout out to an anonymous donor who
Wait,
has
let me not
given
clap yet.
you a point of hope, Tui.
Give me. Oh my
Okay,
God.
we praise it. Yeah, good job. Appreciate you.
Thank you for your donation.
Thank you so much for your donation. Now I'm still probably gonna have fear on this roll, but it's fine. Okay. It's a 9.
Yay.
It's not a
It's
great
with
roll, but it's
Would
with
be a
hope.
failure with hope.
Tui can hear Numa humming the tune she was just singing, kind of on the wind, like the way that a wind chime sounds from a distance, just that harmonizing.
No, Ma, I never called you that when I knew you. I'm sorry. And then I start sobbing. I start baby.
It's just a tarpy mound in the middle of the Eastgate Memorial. Sobbing.
I'm going to spend a point of fear here.
God damn it, Andrew.
Andrew, this is a beautiful moment.
Fuck you.
Tui, can you please make an instinct reaction roll for me, please?
Oh no.
Oh, what?
Me crying. Now I have to make an instinct roll.
Andrew.
Everything sucks.
This is a reaction roll, so you won't be giving me fear when you roll with it. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a 14 with hope.
Okay. You don't get the hope either, though. But,
okay.
With a 14, as that song ends and you hear in the wind, you swear you hear Numa humming along with you, there is a sinking feeling, a familiar sinking feeling.
Baby, go.
What?
Baby, go. And I pick you up, and we leave. We go to Tui, and I go back to Tui Artificer's workshop.
Okay. I'm going to shift scenes once more, going back in time to... Oh, where did I put this? Okay, there it is. Going back in time to the room, the Celestial Engine. You're kind of straddling 2 rooms. There is a room that the Celestial Flame is inviting you to enter, and you're on that threshold, on that balcony with the Tukisilsa, one who you have drawn its power, its buff from, to resist physical damage. And as she asks the Tukisilsa for help, you can see them step forward Is there anything you would like to do in this moment, June?
I'm trying to remember what it's called. Gosh darn it. Yes, there is something I'd like to do. I'd like to use my vector shunt ability. I don't want to be near these Gisusa. I just destabilized one of their arcane batteries. They're going to explode, and I don't want to be around for it.
Okay. That vector shunt, just let me look that up.
Yep, I can move to far range without making a roll, and any melee attempts have disadvantage against me.
Okay. So which way do you want to go? Back into this room of the Celestial Engine or into the room you're being escorted to?
Back to the room of the Celestial Engine.
Okay. So you shoot back past these two Gisusa that are kind of blocking your way. They're unable to stop you as you kind of... What does it look like here, vector shunt, as you just kind of propel yourself past them?
Tapping into the layers of energy that cover Mirado, and sometimes even seem to wrap around this great celestial engine. I find one that is going in the direction I want, and I grab on, and it pulls me out to far distance, out to far range.
Okay. Can you make an instinct reaction roll for me, please, as you
Certainly try.
run out?
No modifiers. Make it a public roll this time, gosh darn it. And I'm going to absorb that fear as well. Give me your fear, Andrew. It feeds me.
Does that mean I don't get that fear?
That's correct. Every time I take a fear, you don't get it.
All right. Actually, I forgot to do that last time too. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to interrupt this scene by spending a point of fear.
Yes.
And I'm going to spend another point of fear to say, as you run past them, you're kind of on this little catwalk. It's kind of almost like those steel grated floors where you can kind of look through them down to the bottom of this chamber, which is kind of shrouded in darkness. The only light in this room is the pale blue that you see rippling across the surface of this ceramic globe. Oh, we just got
the donation.
Donation. Thank you so much. And another anonymous donor giving me a point of fear.
That makes sense.
Fucking what?
I need to sing.
What?
That's the problem.
You have to come
I need to
see me
sing.
after the game.
It's for charity, Merm.
And you also donate to us.
We raised $25 additional dollars for this wonderful
died last
worthy
session.
cause.
Like, I don't want to tell you in game. Someone died in game.
All right. This eerie blue light, kind of rippling shadows across the surface of the wall around you. It's a strange, like gray metal. It feels as though you're in the metal sphere right now with this other globe of pulsating blue energy in the middle of it. And you look down, and for the briefest moment, you see at the bottom of the room something that startles you. It looks like there are people down there, but with the roll with fear, you're not quite sure what they're doing down there, but they are motionless. I'm going to ask you to take a point of stress.
I mean, it also stressed me out in real life to see people down there. So yeah, I validate that.
At this moment, you can hear the footsteps of the Celestial Flame walk out onto the balcony behind you as you're kind of running around the edge of this room. And she says, Mr. Kim, there's nowhere to run. Please, come back before you hurt yourself.
I would like to validate the question of whether there is nowhere to run. Is that true? I would have watched our procession in. I would have watched our path in. Is that true? Is there nowhere to run?
This balcony just goes around the sphere, but there are doors all around, spaced around it. But they are all closed at the moment.
How close am I to the nearest door?
Let's roll a fate die to see how close you are.
Sounds good to me.
On a 1 to 6, it'll be close. On 7 to 12, it'll be far.
And I'm rolling that die? Just a double check?
Just roll a d12.
Yeah. Oh, d12, sorry.
Yep, just down there. Oh, it's private again.
Gosh darn it. Why do I keep doing this? All right, how do I... Okay, not a self roll. Give me a public roll. D12. Go. Win.
All right, there's the door close to you.
I'd like to reach over and unlock it.
All right. This is going to be another fate roll. On a 1 to 10, it is locked. 11 or 12, it is unlocked, and you can open it.
So, would I be able to use my mechanical tool to unlock a door?
You can certainly do that.
Yeah,
That's
what
exactly
I would
what it was designed for.
what is it? Technical sleight. Yep, I can override a standard mechanical lock. So maybe the fate. We'll see. So I can use that to unlock the door.
All right. So go ahead and make that fate check first to see if it is locked.
Whether it's actually locked.
Yeah.
Okay. Public roll again. No, not a D20. I am shaking so much. I'm so scared. 2.
All right. A 2. It is locked. So you're going to have to spend an action to unlock it.
Okay. I will happily do so. But is it? I don't think. Is it my turn right now?
It is your turn. You kind of did a quick scan. You noticed the door next to you. You ran up to it, tried it, determined it's locked, and you're going to start the process of using your tool to unlock it.
Yep.
In the meantime, you hear the celestial flame calling after you. You can see, if you look over your shoulder quickly, you can see that the two Gisulsa aren't moving. She hasn't ordered them to come after you. She seems completely nonplussed by the fact that you're trying to escape. And she just slowly walks in your direction. Mr. Kim, let's be reasonable now. There's no reason you need to fear me or this place. What I'm offering you is a chance at greatness. It is not an opportunity I extend to just anyone.
What I'm offering you is the chance to get out of here before that Gisursa melts. I disrupted the arcane capacitor. You're in as much danger as I am here.
She looks back over at the Gisulsa that you have robbed his buff from. A minor inconvenience. And she looks at him. She holds up her own Sirak tool. Looks like she pushes a button and moves some levers on it. And you can see the Gisulsa walk to the edge of the balcony and flip himself over.
How's my unlocking the door going?
It is open at this point in time. I'm going to spend another point of fear here. As you open the door, you see before you a room. And there is in the middle of this room what looks to be some sort of operating table and a figure on it.
Do I recognize them?
There is a sheet over it right now.
Lovely. But this room is also not an exit, is it?
No, there is no exit out of this room.
Hmm.
You can find another door if you like.
Yeah, I'm going to use Vector Shunt to find another door.
All right.
I'm going to bounce around this room like a pinball until I find how I came in.
All right. I'm going to spend another point of fear here. As the Celestial Flame fiddles with another control on her rod, and the light of the Celestial Engine suddenly flares, illuminating this room in a brilliant blue, almost blinding you for a second. You reach your door, but in that bright light, you can now clearly see what is at the bottom of the room. Do you want to look down and see what's at the bottom of the room?
What will it cost me?
I'll only tell you that after.
In that case, I will push forward because
All right.
I've already seen that she's willing to dump people down there. I don't want to be down there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another d12 to see if this door is locked or unlocked.
12. Go. Be free.
It is locked. So you're going to spend another round unlocking it. And in the meantime, she is slowly still walking towards you. Mr.
How
Kim,
far away am I from her? Because I don't know how big this room is. I should have asked.
It is quite large. This globe in the middle of the room is easily like 30, 40 feet in diameter. And you're just kind of zipping around. You're almost like you zipped around the opposite side of the sphere from her. And you can see her coming around the edge of it towards you. Mr. Kim, I know I've tried to be reasonable with you, but now I must insist. If you don't help me, the city is at great risk. I implore you to help me. And if you do not only will the city suffer, but those close to you, I will see to it personally.
With my action, the door is now open. What do I see through the door?
The corridor.
Vector Shunt, down the corridor.
You scooch down the hallway. I'm going to switch back to I'm going to switch back to Yibin and Tui. When you got that sinking feeling and you gathered up Yibin and you guys you went back to Tui the artificer's home. Pension. Where did you go after the speech was given?
Immediately, I think, did notice, given that he was moving around, he still kind of was in the space for a bit before he said he wanted to see the reaction. And then I think he saw some folks leaving and decided to follow suit before what would eventually be meeting that he was granted an audience.
All right, so you're going to hang out in the Jade District then until you meet with the Celestial Flame?
Yep.
All right, cool. So back in the Copper District, Hibin, Tui, you go back to the Tui, the artificer's home. That sinking feeling no longer there. Hibin, what did you do with the toy?
Oh, it belongs to her little brother, technically. So she's been carrying it because she didn't want to lose it, because she was going to bring it to Jun to look at. But we haven't found Jun.
You hear a voice in, where do you carry it? In like a little backpack or a pouch, do you think?
It's probably in a side pouch.
All right, in the side pouch. You hear a voice saying, Yibin, help. And it's the voice of June.
Kevin's like craning. I don't know if Tui has put me down yet, but Kevin's like full on.
If we're at the workshop, yes, I have.
She's like whipping her head around, looking for where the sound came from.
Bing bing.
Advocacy?
And you pull out the little robot, and its arms are just going up and down. Its legs are kind of, it's just in the walking motion, and it's just repeating, help, help, help.
Bing Bing, what toy is that?
She stands there for a second, debating whether or not she should put it down, because if this thing will lead her to where her uncle is, she'll follow it. But Tui's question kind of snaps her out a little bit. The Celestial Flame gave this to Minso when she came looking for me.
Who that? Flame.
Flame. She works with the Queen. She works for the Queen. High up lady.
Important lady.
You could argue she's important. She does what Junjun does, but for rich people.
No. Too scared of people like Bean Bean and June, not Bean Bean and June. Do you get?
She'll hold one of Tui's hands. What do you mean you're scared of people like me and Junjun, but not me and Junjun?
Guy, library, bad people want me, old me. Bean Bean is, what again?
I'm trying to parse out which part she means.
Talk to, people can't see, or Muta, no, Sheerhawk, want Tui, bad, not Junjun. Junjun good. I like Junjun. Everyone scary.
Can I make a roll to try and interpret what she's trying to tell me?
Can I roll, because I have an experience called minimal understanding necessary?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
This will be a presence check, though.
Oh, okay. Well. Okay. Here we go. Okay, nice. Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. So, Merm, do you want to translate for Tui?
Yes, Tui is trying to tell Hedvin that there are people like you who work with machines and things, just like June works with machines and words. People who work with clanks like myself and Gilsilsa and everything want me because I am old and I'm much too old to be around right now. And I cannot see this person who works with important lady because they'll try to take me apart.
The ministry is looking for.
Yes. Important, high, smart people want to be scary. Where's Junjun?
I think they have him.
The little robot's still saying help, help in June's voice.
Go, we go, we go, we go. Oh my god. Go, Junjun. Junjun, stay. Junjun needs stay. And then I'm like opening the back door.
Okay. Oh god, hold on. No, not that one. Oh god. If I set the thing down, will it start walking?
Bean. Old guy, library. Little in big scary. Yes?
Oh,
Two little guy in big scary. Okay? Need not know two old.
oh, okay. Yeah, no, we don't have to tell people who you are. We'll pull the tarp back up.
Old rock, big scary rock. Little inside. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. If it comes to that, leave the talking to me.
Talk, bean. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Where's the robot going?
All right. You set the robot down and it kind of falls onto its arms and legs and does a little transformer trick. And you can see the little piece of metal kind of shifting until it forms the shape of a small cat. And it starts taking off, and it is fast.
Okay, I'm going to use Spirit Trace because it's got Han in it. I'm going to use Spirit Trace to track it.
Okay. All right. So you notice it is making a beeline for the gates to the inner districts. It's taking you from the copper to the steel, which you can pass through no problem. And then it takes you to the glass tier. And you can tell it's making its way to the J district. And before we go any further, I just want to acknowledge another donation.
I swear to God, if it was Fear again.
It is Fear.
Yo,
Thank you.
all for
Damn
real?
it.
Okay,
Y'all can
so
come see me after the game.
we're all okay. So we're gonna open up a Discord just for everybody who's in this fucking Twitch chat right now, just to have a conversation, like super tiny little conversation. It's gonna be so fast, so quick.
Why does chat have it out for us?
Thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you for your donation. Let's talk after.
That.
All right. So it's making a beeline. Because even you are from the J district, you're able to pass. Tui, I need you to make a presence check to try to get into the J district in your tarp disguise.
Okay, go.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay, I would also like to use my always innocent experience for this as well, please.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
can also change it to Hope if it's with Fear.
Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. Always innocent, add advantage, roll. Jeez,
Yeah, I'm changing that to Hope. I'm using my hallowed aura to change that to a roll with
All right.
Hope
I'll take my
instead of
fear away.
and I
Did
get hope.
forget to add one?
I don't think you
just
added
says
one.
I can make it a roll with Hope
All right,
instead.
so four.
So.
Okay, I'll stay at 4.
And
All
then
right,
I get hope.
You get a hope.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you make it through back in corridor. I'm going to have you make a fate check. It's going to be 50-50. 1 to 6, you find a way out. 7 to 12, you don't.
Before I... Will you allow me to take an action before I do so?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I'd like to pull Peaches out of his pocket. Let's just say, Peaches, I don't know if we're going to make it, Peaches. But I need you to go find our friends. Okay? Go find them, Peaches. And I will. You don't really put cats down gently. You kind of just like hover and they'll boop onto the floor. Just let Peaches go because Peaches, we've established in lore, can move through walls.
Special cat. All right.
And that now I will
Go
make
ahead.
my fate check.
All right. So what did I say? 1 to 6, you find a way out. 7
One-
to 12, you don't. Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 6 escape, 7 to 12. I'm not going to be vector shunting around much longer. Public roll, please. Thank you. What is my fate?
Find a way out. All right. June, you find your way to the street. Just as it looks, there is a crowd gathering. Yeah. I'm going to say this is you might have been her guest for a day or two, I'll say. Just to line up the times. So you can see the crowd gathering for Numa's funeral. You are in the Jade District now. You emerge up on street level. You kind of found a doorway that took you up a steep set of stairs to the street level. You burst out onto the street to see a throng of people making their way towards a funeral.
I am going to run. As I approach the crowd slowly, adjust my pace, try to match their pace, and from a hidden pocket on my person, I'm going to pull a little hat. Yeah, it's a little wire rim hat. It's almost like see-through mesh. And I'm gonna pop it on my head and snap my fingers and change my appearance to match that of the mourners. And whisper to myself, all right, I guess I do owe you one.
All right. So you join the mourners as they gather to bid farewell to Numa. You see the spectacle of the Bellfire up on stage.
That's my boy! Sorry, no, that's not what I'm doing in character.
You do also see the Celestial Flame appear on the balcony in attendance with the Queen and have that exchange with the Bellfire. As the procession of gifts finally comes to a close and the crowd begins to disperse, I will say that you notice your friend Yebin with a suspiciously tall figure in a tarp beside her appear at the edge of the courtyard.
Does Hibbing see me?
Aren't you disguised?
I'm in disguise. What am I doing?
Hey, this guy's-
All right. Don't follow that voice, Hibbing. It's a trap. I don't know how to tell you. I know how to tell you that. Where's my book of Iliad? There it is. I can spend a hope to open a mental line of communication with one target I can see. And so I'm going to spend a hope there to reach out and form a mental connection with Hiebin and say, Hiebin, it's a Joshi. I'm safe. What are you doing out in public?
Gibbon is not so subtly whipping around again.
No, shh. You can think it. You can think it. I'll hear it. Meet me at my shop in the Steel District. Wherever you're going, we need to get out of the public eye.
Oh God. Okay.
Being.
If it helps, I could tell you something only the real June would know. You couldn't use chopsticks until you were 8 years old. Jiu is sometimes a menace. Sometimes a menace. Your father is. What else do you want me to say?
She's personally offended about the chopsticks comment, and you see her from wherever you are stamp her foot like, okay. And she's gonna look for where the little mechanical cat is. Where's it going?
It's going straight up the steps into the Jade Palace.
Oh. You're not
Being.
inside the building, right?
I'm not inside the building. I picked up a trick from a friend. I'm in hiding right now.
She's gonna turn to Tui.
Hmm?
Oh, it was a trap. Okay.
Well,
Can you make an instinct reaction roll, Yibin?
Oh no.
I know.
Instinct reaction. Okay. Damn.
Right. I'll Take the fear, but that is an excellent roll. You notice as that uh-oh kind of kicks in and you take a look around, the crowd is thinning significantly now. In fact, you kind of stick out on your own here, but you also notice that all of the exits from this courtyard are now guarded by 2 Gisulsa as they scan the crowd.
Damn it. And I can't move Tui with Spirit Step. I'm going to think back to Jun. They're blocking the exits.
Oh, you're muted, I think. And I forgot to spend a fear to do that.
I am on mute, that's right. All right. Pick an exit. I have an idea.
I'm going to switch over to the Battlefire now. What are you doing in this situation? You see what's going on.
Oh, I wouldn't know June is June. Interesting. Taught you too well. Keeping an eye on Kevin and Tui. Probably much closer than they realize that he is. But he is still keeping an eye as nothing has happened yet.
Okay. I'm going to make a roll. Spend a point of fear to do that.
Of course.
Okay. You guys are lucky. But
Yeah,
the
lucky
noose,
7.
you can feel the proverbial noose closing as the crowds continue to thin and the numbers dwindle, and soon it'll just be the 3 of you standing here.
Okay, just look at Tui. Okay, remember what we talked about? Don't answer any of their questions. Let me talk, okay? If we need to.
Bean talk. Okay.
Okay. She's gonna put a hand on Tui's arm and pretend like she has some form of limp and that she's using Tui to stabilize her, and they're gonna walk towards the closest gate. And she's gonna whisper before they get there, Junjun said meet him at his shop, okay? That's where we're going.
Junjun shop, okay?
Okay.
June, as you watch Hibin and Tui make their way towards one exit, you kind of glance up at the balcony. The queen is gone now, but the celestial flame is still there, and she seems to be wearing some sort of visor, and she just kind of just waves her head around the room. And Hibin, you approach these 2 guards, and they stop you, and they look at Tui. Remove your cloak.
She's going to look at the 2 of them, put on her most offended face, and go, how dare you? This is part of her mourning customs. You're essentially asking her to undress.
The Gisulsa turns and looks back at you and speaks in a voice not his own. In fact, it's a woman's voice coming out. Xiong Yebin, a pleasure to finally meet you. And I'm going to spend a point of fear here for one of the Gisulsa to go and try and grab you.
Oh no. That was
That'll
almost so
be
scary.
that'll be a 19. I think that'll beat your evasion.
It does beat my evasion. My evasion went down.
All right. So it suddenly reaches out with this like robotic arm, just grabs you quickly and holds you tight. You are now restrained.
If a target were to take damage, or if the Gisulsa were to take damage, would they let go? Okay. I would like to spend 2 hope to use Conduit Strike, which basically means that all targets within very close range take 1d8 damage and become temporarily vulnerable.
All right.
So I'm gonna roll that d8. Come on! The fuck? Whatever.
All right.
They take 1 point of damage and they become temporarily vulnerable.
All right.
Temporarily vulnerable. What?
You see this. What does it look like as this manifests?
I'm under a big tarp. And it seemingly comes out from the bottom and then just like makes the tarp fly up for a second. And Tui just goes, excuse me.
you can see the Gisulsa gasp a little bit, and just because they're surprised at your actions, that they're a little caught off guard, causing them to be vulnerable. At any point in time, Hansion, if you want to act, just let me know.
It'll be after Tui, yeah.
All right. So roll no roll there. So if you want to, you can go now if you like. After a little.
I'd like to know how much movement I'd need to get to the celestial flame.
She would be very far.
Very far.
And up
Okay.
on a balcony.
I'm less worried about getting up there and more so crossing the distance, given that, we're a little bit of acrobatic. I want to get to her. Fun times. Yeah, so I'm just going to start moving in the direction of trying to get... Eventually the goal is to get within close range of her.
Okay. If you want to move to far range and still remain hidden... Oh, you're invisible still, right? Okay, so yeah, you can make the move. Basically, what this does is it takes you to the bottom of the Jade Palace, so you kind of just look up at her at this point in time. So you're able to move across the courtyard that way. I am going to ask you to make a finesse check with advantage. Though.
Sure. Yeah.
Tides are turning. There's a hope, and with a 20, you manage to stealthily make your way across, with no one knowing, none the wiser. So, June, what would you like to do when you see your friend being grabbed?
What is the... how do I phrase this? How did they react to Tui's attack?
They didn't think it was an attack. They think it was a bad case of gas.
Right, very good. But they are vulnerable.
They are vulnerable.
And they are within close range, far range?
I'll allow you to
They're
move
probably within far range.
Far range, but I think you can move to close range without a problem.
Okay. Yeah. I'll move to close range. And I'll move to close range. And I'll stand directly behind Tui and Hyebin. What do I have? Do I have anything cool? Not really. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. I am just going to try to go after the Gizusa that's not grabbing Hyebin and do the same thing I did downstairs.
Okay. Debuff him?
Debuff him.
All right.
I mark a stress.
All right, you mark a stress. And you, as he's vulnerable, he doesn't really notice you there at first. You just kind of brush up beside him as you pass him, and you draw some of that power away from him and into yourself.
Right. And I speak over the telepathic link. Is Hyebin still grabbed? Hold on, I should have asked that first.
Yes.
Can Hyebin see you pausing?
My stealth is not great, so if your vision is anything normal, probably.
She's going to, over the telepathic link, tell him, if you're gonna do something with an area that's gonna hit all three of us, or four of us, I guess, because it's Tui as well, just hit me.
And I say, Hyebin, I would never. And
Maybe
I
you
would
should.
I'd like to, I'm using all my skills today. I'm having a lot of fun. Book of Sitia, where are you? No, that's not worth it. I'm going to attempt to grab Hyebin and pull her away from the Gizusa and past.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check for me, please.
Absolutely. Strength check. Cautiously skeptical, fly on the wall. No, nothing I can do will benefit this. But they are vulnerable. I don't know what that means necessarily, but let's go.
Go ahead and roll an extra d6, because that'll give you. That's what that does. Gives you advantage.
All right, let me throw an extra d6 in there then.
All right, that is a 16 with hope. You managed to wrestle Hyebin away from Gizusa holding her.
And Tui, you will hear in June's voice, go, run, run.
All right. I am going to spend my last point of fear here. All of the Gizusa now in this courtyard, there are 8 total, stand at attention And they're like robots now, as they all just kind of turn to look at the three of you. Mr. Kim Jong Bin Tui. Welcome, honored guests. There's nothing to fear. You are friends. And they start to advance on you, kind of closing in, surrounding you.
What is it going to
Yeah.
take
Do you want
for Han to get there?
to get up there? This is going to be an agility check. Critical success. Beautiful. So tell me what it looks like. You're trying to get up to the balcony, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what it looks like as you scale practically like 20 feet straight up.
Not that anyone can see it, because he's invisible
Mhm.
right now. But what you don't see, I think it is done with such a practice grace. If you'd blinked, if you could see him, you would have missed it. It feels very like trapezes, like the way that there is a quick, almost very parkour-esque kind of like run, and then like jumping on one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing to another thing, that just like bing 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 bing. And so he kind of like lands on the ledge where she is.
The thing with this condition being hidden, as soon as you roll an action, you are no longer hidden.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you come out of your stealth mode as soon as you
Gotcha.
land on the balcony.
Perfect. I'd like to use Voice of Han.
Okay.
I'll pop that in the chat because you have so many cool things. Like, you're just so awesome. So we're gonna make a spellcast roll, and I want to know what's going on in that noggin of.
All right. You need to make a spellcast roll. So that'll be for you a presence roll.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nicely done. You guys are rolling well because I'm out of fear. Even with all the fear being gifted to me, donated to me, then I'm out of fear. So as you hop onto the balcony, you reach into the celestial flame. She's totally distracted. She doesn't even notice you there for the first little moment as she's eyes are behind the visor. The overwhelming sense that you feeling that you get from her is one of fear. There is something happening in the city that is beyond her control or understanding, and she fears it. It can be her undoing.
He is grinning deliciously ear to ear as if he is tasting it on his tongue, her fear in this moment. And kind of, he has a scepter that kind of looks the way that you would think a king would have, but it is more jester leaning. So it has a funny looking hat on the end of it, and it looks very harmless. And he kind of just pokes her like in the back and says by her ear, "I can make that go away."
She immediately flings the visor off, and as she does so, those 8 Gisulsa that was closing in on you guys freeze, as if in the middle of a step, they just freeze. And she turns to look at you. What the? How did you get up here?
You will let them go, because me and you need to have a conversation.
Who are you? Do you know who I am?
No, but you're going to learn me. Now, I don't like asking twice. Don't make me ask twice.
She looks at you, looks down. Can you make a presence check for me, please?
Sure we can.
You're almost maxed out on hope there. All right, so she looks at you, looks back at the 3 people down below.
3,
Fine.
2.
Fine. She pulls out a rod that's by her side and flips a switch, and you can see all the Gisulsa take a step back. You have undone my plans for today. You have undone perhaps even the city and its defenses. I hope what you have to tell me is worth it.
It depends. How much do you value your life?
You don't understand, do you? There is something bigger, something coming, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
How bold of you to assume that I wanted to stop.
When you say that, her eyes just go wide. No, you can't. She looks you up and down. You can't be. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. And she raises her scepter.
Okay. I didn't want to have to do this. Oh God, this went not how I thought it was gonna go. Oh my God. That's not how I expected this to go. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's gonna do it, huh? Fuck it. I am going to pin her.
All right. To do that, I am going to ask you to make a strength check for me, please.
Yep, and I will do that with advantage because I'm a master.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're on fire today. All right.
Some would say Bellfire.
All right. So I'm going to switch down to the three of you in the courtyard. Tui, Ibn, June, you notice a kerfuffle up on a balcony. You see the Gisulsa surrounding you take a step back.
In the instant there is an opening,
Oh.
I am undisguising, grabbing, and just trying to run out of there. The opening should be long enough that we can get at least some distance away and to some safe place.
Okay.
As we're running, she's going to to say to June, if you know anywhere else that we could go besides your shop, besides Tui Vitala's shop, besides my house, if the Water Ministry are after Tui, go.
Then I know where we're going. In your head, you'll hear, all right, well, let's give this a shot. And almost immediately, you see June change direction, just duck down an alley. And at the end of the alley, there is an iron grate with a lock on it. And June will pull out a ring of keys and unlock the grate and say, with a flourish, welcome to the underground.
Psychic bond in real life. That is exactly what I was meaning. Kevin is never letting go of Tui, by the way. She's got one of Tui's hands in as strong a grip as she can. But she's still going, okay, watch your head. You can take the tarp off now.
Okay. Scary.
It's okay. I'm with you.
Jun, okay?
I'm
June's right there.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm pulls out the Hwajan, the little Shirhak tool, little lantern. It's like, I'm glad to see you're safe. Let's get somewhere people can't find us.
Yes. Scary out here. Don't
Yes,
like.
I agree. And so we will step into the grate, into the waterworks of Mirado. June is headed for the underground. Specifically, June's pretty sure he recognized the purple flipping figure that went up and visited the queen. The celestial flame. And so we've just sent it into the waterworks. June has locked the gate behind him. And we're going to go intrude upon the puppet master's hospitality for a little bit.
Very cool. Yevin, can you please make an instinct reaction roll for me, please?
Oh boy. Okay. Can I add things to this? Can I spend a hope to add my... No.
Well, what do you want to add? And I'll let you know if it's relevant or not.
Either Quiet Escape Artist or My Father's Daughter, because I don't know which one this is.
Unfortunately, neither of those pertain to this particular situation.
Oh no, that's scary. Okay. Ugh, well, at least you don't get that fear.
As you descend past this metal grate into the underground, you feel a tugging behind you. It's not physical, but just something inside you just kind of makes you pause for a moment. You're not quite sure what it is. It's just an unsettled feeling, almost like a warning. That's all I will say.
Oh no. Scary.
Back up on the balcony, Hansion, you and the Celestial Flame in a wrestling match, which you are easily beating her at, as she begins to scream, "Guards! Guards! Assassin! Assassin!"
You think you get to die today? No. No, 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 no. You don't get to die. Not today. Oh no. We're taking a trip. Come on. And while sort of wrangling her up, it's going to put a bit of smoke in the space. I remember that was something I could do. And I'm pretty sure that is in my book. That is Mysterious Mist. Make a spellcast roll and cast a temporary thick fog that gathers into a stationary area.
All right. Go ahead and make that spellcasting roll, which is your presence.
Yep. And I think parlor tricks make sense here. But definitely gonna use the amazing Bellfire here, because this is what we're good at. Ooh.
Finally, a roll with fear.
Finally, don't say that.
All right.
I give you
but
one roll
succeed.
and I'm like, no.
All right, that's good though. You a stream of mist erupts from you, surrounding both yourself and the celestial flame. As she struggles, "What do you want from me?
Oh, there's nothing you can give me. I just want your life.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, I don't think we have the time for that. It's a lot to unpack."
And where do you want to try and take her?"
Yeah, and I think just before he attempts to move, it's for Erie. And we'll attempt.
Erie is alive.
No thanks to you.
I don't understand. Do you want Erie?
No. I don't want Erie. I want you. That's why I'm here for you.
You can. I'm going to spend my
Of course.
fear.
Mhm.
No, you will not have this day. You might have let what could have been the best chances for the city's defenses go, but I will not let you have this day. And she quickly spins the baton in her hand, squeezes a button at the end of it, and it's as if she evaporates into the mist that surrounds you. You hear the sound of guards coming down the hallway towards the balcony.
Oh, you're so much more fun than I thought. And he's just gonna backflip off the balcony.
All right. And that's where we'll end our session today. Thank you so much for joining us. Excited for your new character, Kate, and glad that you are.
I love him.
Before we go, I failed to do this last time we were all here, just because I think I was too traumatized. But I want to go around the table, have you all introduce yourselves, tell people at home who you are, where they can find you on the interweb. I'll start with the Soup Bear.
Hello, I am the Soup Bear. I am still adjusting. Give me 1 second. I am the Soup Bear, or just Soup, or just Bear. Thank you so much for the $30 of donations we have raised today. I cannot say enough. Thank you so much. I can be found on Blue Sky under the Soup Bear. I'm also one half of the Chaos Kitchen. That is Soup Dumpling Media, which means you can find me and my partner Ren on the Blue Sky under Soup Dumpling Media, as well as YouTube. We are working on putting out the next episode of our D&D Legacy 5e audio drama podcast, Echoes of the Forgotten, in which I play Bertie Shore Oliver, who is the world's best adventurer human barbarian. Don't ask about her age. She's 8 years old. It's fine. And from there, I'm going to popcorn it over to our good friend, Merm.
Well, that's me. Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I use they, she pronouns, and tonight I've been playing Tui, who uses she, her pronouns. Sorry, I forgot to include fuck ice in that. But you can find me online at Merm with 3 R's. That's MIRRRM on Instagram and Blue Sky, which is where I'm most active. You can find me on a bunch of different channels playing a bunch of different characters. Every other Tuesday, you can find me here. On the other Tuesdays, you can find me on The Bad Ideas playing a very, very tall Samoan woman in the apocalypse. On Mondays, you can find me on Reflect Gaming's playing a Pacific Islander-inspired race in Nimble, playing a Dragon Rider. Find me on Fridays and Saturdays on Nerds with Dice, either playing a monk or a 50-year-old white woman in the zombie apocalypse. And then on Sundays, get this, there's more. And every other Sunday, you can find me on the Tabletop Misfits channel, where I play the yellow unicorn Power Daddy. And it's Power Daddy, not Power Ranger, because we have some timey-wimey shit going on. And so the words Daddy and Ranger have been switched. So all of our we are the Power Daddies, and all of our promos are now Power Daddies. Super fun. In other really exciting news, I last week published a chapbook called Cancer, Car Crashes, and Crying, which documents in poetry the worst 3 months of my life, where my father was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, and months later, my mother died in a tragic car accident. So that is available for purchase through my card that is in both my bios on Blue Sky and on Instagram. You can buy an e-copy on my Ko-Fi, or you can buy a physical copy, where I will be hand sending it to you because I sell it through my job at a bookstore. So yeah, we sold out in 5 days for 20 copies, and I did a reprint this morning at my job. And so now we have 10 more copies ready and available to ship out to anyone who wants them. Yeah, that's me. I'm going to popcorn it over to Kay.
Oh my gosh, and what a popcorn that is to give it over to me. Y'all please go support Merm, because I'm gonna go look up the link right after this. My name is Kayoko, my pronouns are they, she, and I was playing Han Sion, a new character. His pronouns are he, they, and once again, Andrew has graciously allowed me to dive into his world and his homebrew, and it's fantastic, and I hope you guys really enjoy the story that he brings to the table. You can find me on platforms at HexTA with 2 X's. I am a writer, game designer, actual play performer, and a filmmaker. You can also find me again with Andrew, as we just did a fun little ditty for One Shot World, so that's coming to you soon. And playing Kids on Bikes on Mondays, your time, with a bunch of wonderful BIPOC people, all BIPOC table, and we're out here telling some stories of some children getting into some Marlin mayhem. That's all I got right now. Last but not least, my bestie from the Westie, Ren.
I am Ren, a renegade dumpling. My pronouns are they, them. I've been playing Song Hyebin, pronouns she, her, who's been just receiving emotional damage after emotional damage. There has not been a break from the emotional damage dealt to this woman. I feel bad for her. As Bear said, you can find me at Soup Dumpling Media. I am the DM for Echoes of the Forgotten. You can find our current episodes for the prologue up on YouTube. You can also find me at Renegade Dumpling on Blue Sky. I am working on getting other socials up. I will never be on Twitter. Fuck that place. I am also, they're still working on putting out the episodes, but I am playing You Will Atone, which is a Silk versus AP with Lantern Light Adventures, where I play Hana Angel Hong. She's fun. I really want people to experience her because she's a disaster. Yeah, that's all I've got going at the moment. Back to Andrew.
Hey, thank you. Amazing, talented cast. Amazing. Thank you so much for your time and your donations again tonight. Every dollar helps. Thank you so much. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with Table Tuesday. See you soon. Bye.